all I could see were all these articles popping up like why more people are choosing renting and you should too.
They own everything. They own the media companies. So now it's just that much easier to then spread the freaking agenda.
Totally.
Like, oh, okay, well, while BlackRock and these PE companies that we control and own are buying up all these properties, we need you, the media, to go out there and proliferate that renting is the new buying and that's what you should do.
Yes.
To convince people. You will own nothing and you will be happy.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, what the hell does that mean? I think we're starting to see what the hell that actually
What
means.
that means.
My mind's just kind of blown right now in the sense that it's like we're constantly uncovering more and more proof. The cards are stacked against us. Isn't that what it feels like?
Yes.
It's just constant cards stacked against us crap.
Gold Rush Hour episode 11.
11.
Well, I'm excited about today because
it's 108 degrees.
It's 108 degrees.
Super excited.
You just got back from Flagstaff,
yes.
So yeah, the heat probably feels extra hot today.
Extra annoying, yes. But hey, what can we complain about? There's no snow. It's beautiful.
It is.
Even though the temperature's not the greatest, it's sunny.
It's nice.
Gotta take the wins and the losses. So we're
absolutely
take the good with the bad.
There's one big topic that we could probably talk about for hours if we wanted to, and that is private equity. And
ooh,
yeah,
this is a topic that I don't think a lot of people really realize the sneakiness of it.
Sure. Yeah. And how pervasive and big it is too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's probably packaged that way intentionally. Like it seems normal, harmless for the people. It's the people's money being invested, right?
Yeah. And I think that too, it's funny because just like anything else in our system, at a certain point, you just take things and assume that's the way it's always been, that's the way it always is, and people stop kind of questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, this is a big one because I really started diving into this earlier this year, specifically around private equity and businesses, which I want to talk about. And then this week, I saw an article about private equity now has bought 30% of single-family homes in the US this year, which is insane when you think about it. How many people don't even realize that, right? Obviously, there's an affordability crisis, which I'm sure we'll get into too, but you go to your average Joe, new family, whatever the situation is, you're going out to buy a home, you think you're just competing against other home buyers, but you're actually competing against Wall Street. I mean, that's crazy. You take something that already is incredibly difficult, right? You hear people all the time. Number one, if you're lucky enough that you can afford and you go to buy, you're getting priced out, you're getting bought out, right? Before the listings even hit, they're disappearing. I know that's starting to change a little bit right now, but still, people are not able to compete when they're going head to head with Wall Street. But it's not even that they're buying these properties that's concerning. For me, it's what are they doing with them?
Okay.
So a couple of years ago, there was this big push, right? Like, I mean, this has been happening for a while, but it was coming in, buying these single family homes, flipping them, right? Maybe investing a small amount into them, flipping them, turning them around for a profit. That model has changed. And this is where my ears perked up.
Okay.
They are now buying to rent. Buying to rent. Now, again, you might think, okay, well, what's the big deal with that? If you now have 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 houses that are being bought by Wall Street with the intention to long-term rent, the pool of houses that are going to be available to buy, especially in the cheaper section, or again, these kind of starter homes for families, are going to be less and less and less. And in my opinion, they're creating a nation of renters. That's where they're going with this. Wall Street is your landlord.
Okay.
They're taking away the ability of home ownership, which is really like the American dream, right? Like it's quintessential. It's you can't really separate the two, the American dream from home ownership. And now, in my opinion, not only is that going to cause a variety of different financial problems for people down the road, but you're also messing with the fabric of community and the ability for people to put down roots. Not that there's anything wrong with renting. I want to be clear about that.
Upward mobility. Because,
absolutely.
Because if you are young, in your 20s, early 30s, and you go and buy a house, you know, when you go to move, typically what normally has happened over time is now your net worth has increased because, you know, you bought a house for 250,000, maybe you owned it for 8 years, then you had some kids, you needed to upsize, and maybe now the house is worth 500. So you've essentially increased your net worth, you've increased by, you know, double.
Yeah.
During that same period of time that you would have been paying rent payments, and now you don't have that upward mobility, right? And so it strips that away. But I think there's a bigger, I think you and I both probably agree that there's a bigger play at here that is Agenda 2030.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which is you will own nothing and you will be happy.
Which always gives me goosebumps
right.
when I hear
well,
that.
Especially because we're starting to see in one of the ways that they're actually putting it to work, right? Sneakily.
Right.
Oh, you know, because it's the people's money at BlackRock that are being invested. It's for the investors. But is it?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because it's not like single family homes are a great ROI per se, you know, in terms of like a big PE firm. Generally, they're trying to hit bigger home runs than 5% appreciation per year.
Right. It makes you pause. It makes you wonder. It doesn't quite add up when you think about it. There has to be some other reason.
Yep.
No, I know. It really creeps me out. And I think what's unfortunate about it too is that I started trying to do some more research into, okay, is anyone talking about this? Is anyone trying to stop this? And while it does seem that state to state or county to county, you know, some people are raising the alarm bells. They're trying to limit how much, you know, private equity can come in and buy these types of homes. I don't think it's enough. It's like a drop in the bucket. You know what I mean? It's not really enough to stop what's going on. And now, anytime I saw it might have been New York, they passed something. So what they did was instead of the largest firms coming in and buying, they basically created some subsidiaries that were going in and buying under 10 homes, under 10 homes, under 10 homes, which again, to your point, seems like when we're talking about these huge institutions, what are they benefiting really from putting all this time and energy into going out and getting all these single family homes that way? It just seems very strange. And again, creating a nation of renters is you will own nothing and be happy.
Yeah, well, it's easier to control people, right?
And easier to divide.
And aggregate the assets to the few. Yeah, it's really, man, it's so unfortunate that this is where we are headed as a nation. It's just mind-boggling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's not only homes, too. Like I mentioned earlier, it's businesses. And I think this is something a lot of people don't realize is just how far-reaching private equity is. What does private equity do? I don't know. If you ask someone on the street, which might be a good thing for me to go out, honestly, I should just go out there and start asking some people and see what kind of everyday people are thinking about this. But I think most people would say, I don't know, they do a bunch of financial stuff, and don't they kind of buy failing businesses, retail, right, and chains and things of that nature.
And startups.
But that is not even just the case anymore. The thought that they buy only failing businesses is completely wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, any kind of business they can get their hands on. And we're talking everything from retail to healthcare to childcare, daycare, funeral homes. I mean, anything that they can get their claws into, they're buying up. And the end goal isn't to save these companies. The end goal really is ultimately let them fail because they're going to squeeze everything they can. They get their profit out from fees. They saddle these companies with debt. That's really how it works too. They're not the ones taking on the risk or the liability. They come in, they buy these chains or these businesses, they saddle them with debt, and then they squeeze out all the fees. They sell out the assets from underneath them. Let's say a business owns the land that they're on. They sell that out from underneath them, leave them with nothing. And when they eventually go under, oh well, they walk away with their profits. They don't have anything to gain from saving businesses, which again hurts society, and it just further is going to create these gaps in our communities. I don't know, that just really, the whole thing makes me so mad.
Like, for example, a friend of mine, you know, he'd been building his landscape company for, gosh, it's got to be 15 years now, and he got approached by a PE firm, but it's like, you know, a handful of guys out of Texas, and they're aggregating a bunch of landscape companies together to make economies of scale. But then their ultimate goal, so they say, right, is to sell to a larger PE firm once it's all built so that they can get multiples on their money.
Yeah.
So I think for some PE firms, it really is about like the shareholders, the people who are putting the money in to increase the wealth by doing investments and like using their strong suits to make businesses stronger. So I don't necessarily think that all the PE things, I don't want to go out into the world and say that per se.
No, I think that's a good distinction, and it's important anytime we talk about things of this nature. I think a lot of times there aren't things that are just inherently evil. It's just that there are ways that tools or institutions or processes can be manipulated or used against the average person. And I think that we're seeing a lot of that. For me, too, some things that are concerning is I look at 2008 and you look at CDOs, right? Taking a bunch of bad mortgages, bad loans, essentially, partitioning them off, putting them together and bundling them up as something new. And then you can't really see the risk that's involved. There are a lot of PE firms doing the exact same thing, only they're called CDOs instead of collateralized loan obligations, collateralized debt obligations. They're not exactly the same, but you take all of these loans that you've saddled on these businesses that, not all of them, but oftentimes might not be doing as well, partition them up, bundle them together, and stick them in someone's retirement. Now, as these businesses fail or these loans get too big, which eventually does happen, bankruptcies are actually on the rise. I read recently 15% year over year from any PE-backed organization right now. So like they're literally, again, these businesses are failing. Not all of them, but a lot of them that are coming in and being bought out by private equity. Now what happens to those people's retirement? I mean, this is something that we could be seeing happen over the next couple of years that's really concerning for me. For, again, the average American who might not have any idea this is even going on.
A lot of these things are being bundled up and then sold off to people's retirement accounts.
Yeah, like a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Great opportunity, right? Oh, traditionally, it was only the big boys, the big investors, institutional investors that were able to, get their hands on this. Now you can be a part of this too, right?
Yeah.
That's how it's positioned. But a lot of times people have no idea what their hard-earned wealth is being invested in or the risks that are associated with it, because it just looks like something positive and you're being told by these people that you trust or you think you trust that it's positive, but really it's just a new way to package up some stuff and get it out onto someone else, make a profit off of it.
Yep. Is there anything to do about this? I mean, we're complaining about it.
I know,
think it sucks. But is there anything to do? That's the question.
It's easy to tell a business owner, oh, don't sell to, whoever, hold true, or like, let's support local business, or we don't want all this conglomerate monopoly style, ownership. But at the same time, I understand that if an offer comes around that makes sense and that's what's right for you, you're going to take it. But I know I see a lot of people in the comments talking about, holding true to individual ownership or smaller, working with people not just Wall Street, trying to keep that community fabric together.
Well, the funny thing is like that's part of like the entrepreneur's dream, right? Is to build a company that somebody wants to buy and you can ultimately sell it off and make a bunch of money. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's the individual's choice to do that.
Right.
And it's so interesting. What an interesting topic.
In 1981, the median age for a first-time home buyer was 29.
Okay.
Median age. In 2010, the median age for a first-time home buyer was 31.
Okay.
Okay? So that's, what, 30 years.
30 years and two years of age.
2 years of age.
Okay.
In 2020, the median age was 34. Last year, it was 39. So when we talk about things accelerating and happening quickly, it took 30 years for the median age to buy a home to go up by 2 years, that first-time home buyer. In the last 4 years, that median age has gone up 5 years. It is
Well,
now 39 years old.
doesn't that seem like it correlates a lot with debt and money printing?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
30 years ago, gold was less than $300 an ounce.
I don't know. The whole thing makes me so mad. I saw it today.
I know, like today just feels so, like usually we have a little bit of fun doing our gold rush hours, but today it feels, I feel really sad
I wasn't
and bummed.
trying to come in here and bring the mood down. What is it about owning gold and silver for you that gives you that peace of mind?
I can own it. It's mine. It's outside the system. I can take it anywhere I want to. I can trade it for whatever currency I want to. It's independence is what it really is. And if the dollar takes a crap, well, you know, my gold will do really well in that situation and it'll protect me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, inflation is a way to make people poorer. That's why you need to own gold, right? And certainly if you can't own a house, you better own gold, because at least you have something that offsets that money printing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. The U.S. Treasury is planning on issuing $1 trillion of short-term bills. And short-term bills versus long-term bills is something that's been happening the last couple of years because they're scared about what's going to happen to interest rates. And some are calling it stealth quantitative easing, like it's just another way to kind of like skirt around, essentially stretch everything out as long as they can because they know that the money printing that's coming is just going to destroy the dollar, and the demand for U.S. debt won't be there. There's just not the same appetite that there was before, because who wants to buy U.S. debt when you're going to have concerns around maybe you get paid back nominally, but what's the real true value of your payback?
Right.
It's going to be less. Any person with a good head on their shoulders would look at that business deal and say, I don't want any part of that.
Well, yeah, because like if you're China and the value of the dollar keeps going down, then when you go to redeem the bond and get your money,
Right.
it's worth less.
Right.
So your effective interest rate's even lower. So yeah, 100% makes absolute sense what you're saying.
So
God, it's a conundrum.
I think
But that's why I think the reset is coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Me too. And I don't know how we're going to get out of it. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people, it's funny, you know, the gold revaluation, whether it happens by decree or it's just the fundamental value of gold and the real value of gold comes through and supply and demand, I don't know, but it's obviously going to play a central part because trust in fiat has completely collapsed at this point. I mean, in my opinion, like they're still playing the game, but it's clear everyone is positioning themselves for the reset. They know what's coming, right? Those in power know what's coming. They want to keep everyone else distracted. That was something I was going to say earlier. I feel like I'm seeing too, talking about like this whole move to you'll own nothing and be happy. I don't know if you've seen all the news articles recently around renting too. When I was doing my research, I was shocked to find how many articles and conversations there are around how it might actually just be better to rent. I am not kidding you.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder again, who's kind of behind this? Like, is it because it's just a natural side effect of more people are renting, which again, there's no shame in if you can't afford to buy. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not shaming anyone. But what I am saying is like, as a nation of renters continues to grow, is it that, you know, everyone's just trying to make themselves feel a little bit better, a little less alone or a little less behind? Or is it kind of this like propaganda movement of like, no, actually renting is a good idea. That is what we should be doing, you know, blah, 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 for whatever I mean, I don't know. It was just very bizarre in the last year or two how much push there's been to rent. Don't even think about buying, just
Right.
rent. Yeah.
Well, because it's more expensive to buy. You can have a cheaper payment if you rent.
Yes. But it's not, you know, still work to save or work to do. It's no. Just, you know, this is actually better for you long term. You can spend money on other things. You can have a better lifestyle in this area or that area. And again, it's not shaming anyone who rents by any means, but it's
people.
Yes, that's what it feels like.
Yeah. No, you're right. They're training people to lean more into you'll own nothing and be happy.
It is. And meanwhile, also pushing everyone, again, in my opinion, to stay distracted. Creating a culture of FOMO. Make sure you are spending whatever funds you have on this concert or this event or this thing that's going on over here or eating out all the time.
Fun.
Have fun. Have fun. Have fun, right?
Don't prepare.
Yeah.
Have fun. Sorry to have brought you all down today. I mean, not that listening to our channel is much of an uplift half the time anyways, but
well, you know what?
But today seems particularly...
All right. You know what we could say, though, is, you know, the saying people will say, go touch some grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like you can get online or you can read these things or get so bogged down. But if you go outside for just a second, touch some grass, you realize, okay, the grass is there. You know, hopefully you've got a community or family or friends, real life things right in front of you to help kind of balance out what's going on in the world, right? Focus on what's right in front of you too. I think that balance is important. You were just talking this morning to me about getting out in nature, how good it is for the soul. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's connecting to real stuff.
Yep.
Eat real food.
Yep.
Smell non-polluted air. Non-EMF air.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, man. Well, hope you enjoyed this episode.
Buy your gold and silver. Get ready.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we'll obviously keep talking about what's going on. And I think we've said before, it's no secret that things, you know, probably are going to get worse given the trajectory we're on, unfortunately, but...
Well, it seems like it's all part of the master plan.
Yeah.
Well, until next time.
Definitely. Go get a coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a coffee.
Yeah.
That'll pick you up.
Yeah.